Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to your ass. Look, if you feel shitty as fuck about your current life situation, I want you to understand if you anything like me, you have a self-esteem and a mindset issue. That's really the root of every problem or most problems that you have when it comes down to having the money, the relationships, the lifestyle, the physique, whatever it is that you want out of your life. If you don't have it, 9 times out of 10, you don't have a mindset that actually supports and is conducive for you to have those things the way that you want it in your life. And your self-esteem doesn't match, and your self-worth doesn't match that either. Let me break that down to you. If you don't believe that you're worthy of having a loving relationship with a partner that loves you and cherishes you and values you and all of these other things, you're not gonna have it. You're gonna self-sabotage. You're not gonna actually put yourself in positions out there to go for the things that you want. And even if you do that, you may project and do something that would just sabotage the situation, because deep down, you may not be saying it, but internally, that's what you really believe deep down. I don't really deserve this. I'm not really worthy of this. It doesn't feel like it's natural. So you're not gonna do those things. Same thing with the physique. I'm telling y'all, I cannot figure out when I started on my self-development journey, where I initially started with getting in shape, working on my fitness first, I would make progress. For me, it was losing weight. Some people, it's gaining weight, putting on muscle. For me, it was cutting. And I constantly kept seeing myself make a certain level of progress. And once I got to a certain point, all of a sudden, I'm eating all these different things. I'm unraveling. I'm doing these things that were the exact opposite of who I'm trying to be. Why? It took me a long time to realize, deep down, I may not have been saying it, but internally, I still had a belief that I'm the fat kid. That's all I knew growing up. You're the fat kid. You can't go out here and become this chiseled, this dawn, this D1 athlete level, just machine of a person, of a physique. That's what my belief was deep down saying. And I had to realize that, because my self-esteem and my self-worth didn't match what I was trying to do. So if you can relate to any of those things, same thing with money. I kept finding myself, even recently, I'll give y'all a current scenario. I've been on the entrepreneurial wave. You know, I've been self-employed for the last going on 5 months. And building the business has been a process. Like, I have seen what it is to go without. And there were points where I was looking to go get a job, not just any job, but like, for me, I knew if I was gonna work, I needed to work in a way where it was a job that fit around something that I actually enjoy doing, and it fit within the hours where it wouldn't take away from my business and the things that I do here with my brand as well as with my business. And there were a few points I almost compromised that, looking at, the fact of my bank account or something else. And it was really a testament of where my self-worth was, because I almost compromised that with doing something that I know I'm more capable of than what I would be getting with this type of job, with this type of work. And I'm telling y'all that so that you can understand in real time, you will make every decision based off of your level of self-worth. The people that you date, the jobs that you work, the things that you eat, the places that you go, the things that you think. It all stems back to your level of self-esteem and your self-worth. And if you wonder, what am I saying with self-worth and self-esteem? Self-worth is basically what you believe that you're worthy of having. Self-esteem is what you believe you're capable of having or accomplishing. So if either of those suffer, you're gonna have challenges with creating the life that you want. So I'm saying all of that to say, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you all can hear this, and you start looking at, if you start to look at your relationships and your own life, decisions that you made as far as job, occupation, money, you know, things as far as your fitness or the lack of, and you can start plugging these things into your own life where it's like, damn, this is just showing where I am as far as my own self-esteem and my own self-worth. So those are things that you have got to take time to work on. And how you work on that, you have to develop a belief system and a thinking in a way that supports you actually having a higher level of self-worth and self-esteem. And for me, I started affirming myself, you know, and I know a lot of us know about affirmations, but it's not just saying the affirmations. Talk is cheap. Words are very low value. But when you are saying these affirmations, you got to actually be out supporting those affirmations with actions. I call them BAs, daily BAs, your beliefs and your actions. Because how it works is your life becomes a complete example and outcome of what you believe, what you do, and what you think. So you got to start having thoughts, and what you understand is you control your thoughts. A lot of people think that you just thinking or you are your thoughts. No, you aren't your thoughts. You have thoughts. In a nutshell, fam, you got to start looking at your thoughts like a car. You aren't your car. If you have a car, you're not your car. You have a car, and you use your car to drive you to what direction or what destination you're trying to get to. Your thoughts is the same thing. You got to use your thoughts, steer your thoughts in a way to move your life in a direction that you want to. You want to have more money? Okay, you wake up, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire in the making. Those are thoughts that you have to start planning in your mind. I have all the tools that I need to be financially successful. The list goes on and on with things that you can think. You know, I am confident. If you want higher self-esteem, something that I did, I starting out my mornings by saying these things to myself in the mirror. I am confident. I am compassionate. I am charismatic. I am charming. I am a catch. I am magnetic. I am electric. And I light up any room that I walk into. I started telling myself, rehearsing these thoughts and this mindset. And then what I did, I didn't just say it. I said, when I got into rooms and opportunities out in social settings, I started asking myself, okay, what would that version of me do in this situation? And even a lot of times, especially early on, it was uncomfortable. But I started taking actions that matched exactly what I said. So you gotta steer, like I said, your thoughts, it's a car. You gotta steer your mind and your thinking in a way, in a direction for where you wanna go. So that's something you have to be intentional about every day. It's not gonna happen overnight, but you have to rehearse it. Just like how at one point, you didn't know how to brush your teeth. You didn't know how to tie your shoes. You didn't know how to walk. All of these things, you didn't know how to write. These things you took rep after rep after rep after rep until it became natural. This mindset that's gonna produce the life that you want, the money that you want, the relationships that you want, the love that you want, the physique and the health lifestyle that you want, it's rep after rep. It comes with just practicing and rehearsing the things, the habits, the actions, the mindset, the thinking, and the belief, rehearsing those until it becomes who you are. That's what the whole game is, fam. If you can do those things, you will have high self-esteem. You will see the self-worth that you have, meaning there's no limit on who you can be and what you can do. And your life will just become a printout and a byproduct of that. So I'm telling you all this because you got to do the work. All you have to do is your part. And it's crazy, today is National Semicolon Day, because a day in honor of mental health, people that struggle with mental health, trauma, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you want to give up, all of these different things. I want to put that point there because I want you to understand you have to be the hero in your story. You are the superhero in your story, fam. Trust me and believe in, if you're going to create the life that you want to live, that's capable of you having and that you deserving to have, you got to put the cape on and start showing up for yourself and doing these things. Like I said, be very intentional with the actions, the things that you do, how you steer your thoughts, and what you actually believe. And make sure that these things are actually lining up with what it is you actually want out of your life. And if they don't, it's just like writing a paper or drawing a picture. If you don't like what's on the page, grab something and erase and write something new or draw something different. You are the author in your own life. You are the superhero. So I want you to understand, like I always tell you, what you do and where you go in your life, that's 100% all on you, fam. And if you do the work, I promise you got it. So if this video resonated with any of you all, I want you to make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. Like this and share this to somebody that you think is struggling, that you know that's struggling, that could use this help and this information. And I want you to know I also created a community for anybody that's struggling in your personal development journey and you're trying to become better financially, with your relationships, with your fitness, with your lifestyle, your mindset, success, whatever the case is. I tackle all of those things. Building your self-esteem as well too. That's a big thing. Healing trauma. I'm huge with that. Any of those areas where you need help with and you're struggling with, I've got a community. That information will be in the description. You can check it out. If it's for you, I'll see you on the inside. And I also offer one-on-one coaching services as well for anybody who's looking for one-on-one help, for somebody that can slow walk you through the process of creating a better life for yourself. So I want y'all to know I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. I just want to see you be the best of who you can be and just have the best life that you can possibly have. And that's all on you. So y'all know what it is. I love y'all again. And until next time, peace and love.